Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, it looks good. Yeah. All right.
We can bring us in.
You want me to post it? Or just I'm all right.
Dude, what's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal, world? I miss being in this motherfuckers. I know it's been a week, but I missed y'all. Hope y'all miss me too. What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy DJ Muda here at the Ox Connect podcast, where we connecting y'all with all the hottest shit in the culture. I got my dope, cool, super fly, popping, edges always laid
Yo.
co-host.
Yes, Darby Darbs. Man, we done had a long day, but we ready to get it cracking tonight.
Hello.
Definitely.
We love branching out, and we're here with our other amazing CEO co-host.
The vibes, your boy DJ Charlie Cinco.
Yes.
We got a dope special guest rocking with us today. What's the deal? I'm gonna let my guy introduce himself. Let him know who you is, where you're from, and what you got going on, brother.
Going on, y'all? Shit, yeah, it's just Prince Joseph, man. Just coming out from Palmdale tonight, yeah, man, just doing my thing lately, just trying to get my name out there a little more right now, just get everything going right now, just stay plugged in right now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, just finished working on another project, so
Fire.
just one day at a time, man.
So you came from Palmdale, or are you originally from there?
No, I came from there like tonight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to be in IE like way back in the day when I was younger as a kid, but
Okay.
we branched back out towards like the LA County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you making that long drive.
Yo,
Definitely.
hell
Come
yeah.
rock with us.
The hot boy days is when you was out here in IE, huh?
Yeah. way back in the day.
How's it
man.
living out there in Palmdale? I only been out there to DJ maybe once or twice, but that shit reminds me of like Victorville,
Yes,
a
sir.
deader Victorville.
I was about to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
don't do me.
Deader.
I think Palmdale's
Or
more.
maybe that's Lancaster I'm talking about.
I
It's
think
the same
Palmdale
shit.
is more established.
Lancaster? Or then Victorville? It's more established?
Yo, like they're kind of both like the same because like Victorville got the outlets and everything. Palmdale mainly got the mall and everything. Like
Oh,
you
there's a
know,
mall out there.
yeah, Lancaster and like it's all one. But yeah, it's kind of like the same. I honestly say that all the time. I'm like Victorville's like where all the commuters go. I feel like from out here in the IE,
Yeah.
like I feel like everyone that works like the 9 to 5s and all of that, like I always see them on that 15 freeway right there. Like
That's me.
because everybody out there, we're out in Palmdale right now. They all stay commuting down to like the valley, like in San Fernando and
Okay.
Burbank and
Right.
all of that. So it's kind of like it's
Pretty much the
pretty
duck off.
similar.
It's the same thing.
It's
The
still
duck
up
off.
the
Yeah.
hill.
Yeah, it's the up
For
the
sure.
hill. of
Somebody just had
LA.
an argument about that on Twitter. They're talking about like when you say up the hill, we all know what people mean. They rancho.
Yeah.
They mean rancho
Oh yeah.
by Compton. So it's like that's
Right.
cool.
Well, damn, I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know they had a rancho out.
I didn't know they had a rancho at all. But-
Yeah.
well, we appreciate you coming to rock with us, Prince Joseph. I know you do music and all type of shit, so let's dive into that. How long you been doing music?
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I've been doing music. I've been engineering for about like 5 years, but I really just started taking like a deeper into it like about like 2 years ago. I guess after like the whole passing of Nipsey, that was just one for me that just had me like sit still a little bit. Yeah, because like yeah, I changed my life like 8 years ago, y'all. I stopped getting locked up. I stopped hanging out on the streets, fucking popping pills and doing blow and shit. I got my shit
Mm.
together, So yeah, like to see like a legend like that, a voice, like out in the community and like out here in like in California, it takes a lot, And today I work with like a lot of the youth, like I help try to get
That's what's
back.
up.
Yeah, and like so pretty much diving into my music, it's like I dedicate more of like a bigger passion to it, more of like something that like I could stand for, like something I believe in, something that's just kept me going pretty much, So yeah, I've been doing it for a while though, it always took some time to get around to it, to finally like take a stab at it and like see where it goes,
Right.
It was
God's
like-
plan.
It was like a hobby for you in the beginning.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And just
But-
now you taking it a little more serious.
Absolutely, yeah. Like because Like man, like I look at the rap game today. Like a lot of it's just really like down right now. It's all messed up everywhere, and
We be talking about that.
yeah, yo, and it's wild because I feel like shoot, like after Draco passed, like it just got silent right now, and I'm like, it's just
Mm.
been on
Rest in
neutral
peace to
right now.
King.
So, and I'm a big time Draco fan, and to me, right there, it's like, damn, like like first Nip, now Draco, like
Right.
Oh,
We was
it's
God.
literally
just
just talking
yo,
about that shit today on
like
the way to
Mac
LA.
Miller, like right before that, like
Yeah.
DMX, all these great artists, yo, that are like just
Mm.
going, and it's crazy. Like I don't know, like it's just to motivate them out there, to want to do something different, change it up a little bit,
Facts.
like
Facts.
Yep,
shit.
yep,
So yeah, bro, totally try to take a different dive with my music, more storytelling, more like understanding a lot of my like upcomings, because to give y'all like a backstory, back in the day, like shit, my father he passed when I was younger, my
Okay.
mom, yeah, she had to figure it out, raise 4 kids by herself, and just kick a drug addiction at the same time, but then like she lost all of us and we all went to foster care. She went to the Twin Towers.
Oh,
Yo,
wow.
yeah, she lost us and we went to the system, and it took some time like for her to get it together. But for all of these upcomings, like it just like humbled us, like it helped put us in understanding to realize like, every day, like don't take it for granted,
That's a
like
fact. That's a
definitely.
fact. That's a
the
fact.
full circle, bro. Yo, because then like eventually, like we found ourselves. We were living out in the valley, like in Pacoima and San Fernando, right down there. Yeah, and like once we went to foster care, we went to Palmdale, and we never been in Palmdale our whole life. Like
Mhm.
had no idea about what Palmdale is.
Right.
Yeah, we get out of foster care. Yeah, we go on with our own way. My mom got us back. We went to like Van Nuys and all that, and then we moved to Fontana, stayed out here, started playing sports. Yeah, try to provide a better life. Did what she could. But then we ended up moving back down towards there. We lived in like Newhall, out in Santa Clarita. We just in and out Section 8 houses, whatever she could do, yo. And eventually we ended up going up towards the Antelope Valley, Palmdale, Lancaster. And, like it's crazy because through like all the journeys of just going around through so many cities out here, like it came to like teach me a lot, because when I was out here, like the gangbang is really, really hard out here, like
We were just
Definitely.
talking about that
yeah,
too.
Definitely
it's
that.
You
was
feel
literally-
like
We was literally, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we was literally talking about this earlier when we were in LA, where I'm like, damn, it must be tough because Cinco and I was speaking on like once you become like a certain age in places, especially in California, you got to
Yeah.
start like picking and choosing
Facts.
your allegiances and what
Yeah.
you rocking with and what you doing. And
Facts.
obviously, gangbanging is a big culture out here, so that's one of those things you might have to
Absolutely.
decide to choose. You know what I'm saying? So, but the folks that I commend the folks who can pretty much go through that. You know what I'm saying? And
Let's fuck it.
yeah. So yeah, I commend the people that can go through that type of shit and still not have to like gangbang and shit because, like you said, it's tough,
Yeah.
bro. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Jumping into that lifestyle. But I actually had a question, because I know you spoke on like the foster care and you was in the
Yeah.
foster care system. I kind of wanted you to just elaborate on that. Like myself, I know a lot of people who were in the system, but I don't really know how it worked. I was. What the fuck? What? Should we drop it before it drops itself? Because it's action from the bottom piece. Oh, wait, the Oh,
one pulls up.
that shit brand new live. So y'all seeing it on the live. So it's perfect that it's live so that when we show it to the person that made it, hey, we can be like, nigga, the fuck? This is brand new. But anyway, I'm so sorry about the bullshit. But like I was saying, Prince Joseph, I was asking,
Yeah.
could you kind of like dive in on the
Foster care.
foster care system? Kind of like elaborate on it and just tell us your journey through it. Because I
Yeah.
know those foster care systems, they be tough on a lot of people.
Yo, yeah, like watch. I was 7 years old, bro, and like like my mom, she just lost my dad, and like like she's just trying to figure it out,
Mhm.
like she's stuck on PCP at this point. She's
Mm.
in and out of gangs herself.
Mm.
She's falling on her face everywhere. Like
Mm.
I'm from a Mexican family, but the only thing about my Mexican families, they were all involved in gangs and lowriders and all of that. So we never really learned like any Spanish or anything. We never really ever learned anything like that. We just learned like pretty much what my mom made of it,
Yeah.
And my mom was very like, trying to be independent and get up and not like take any help from family or all that because, help from family comes with strings attached, and certain things,
Mhm.
and
Facts.
yeah, like she tried to like continue to make it on her own, and then she couldn't, lost us, but says everything happened for a reason, because like her losing us, like made her pause and realize like, you know, like life, we're moving way too fast sometimes out here in the world, you know, like, then she slowed down, she stopped, she had to get right with herself, you know, and like sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know, like, yeah,
Mm.
she had to figure it out where after a while it was like, he knew where she wants to go.
Right.
Losing 4 kids and seeing all of them under the age of 8 years old in foster care saying when we're gonna come home. So like, you know, it's just me sitting there like as the oldest boy, you know, yeah, like trying to tell my siblings, you know, my mom's gonna be okay, she's
Yeah.
gonna make it back, she's gonna this, you know, but in reality at the end of the day, it's like, oh either, you know. So like
Yeah.
I'm just a
Mhm.
kid, you know, like I'm out here flunking second grade because our life's so dysfunction.
Right.
Everything's going like
Moving everywhere. And yeah.
Mhm.
Yo, and next thing you know, like, yeah, like all of that. But, you know, like she said, she's like, just keep praying, keep praying. Next thing you know, she gets released from rehab. She got, well, actually, first she got sent from jail. She got accepted into a rehab in Acton. And then after that, she got it together. She got released, did everything she had to do. And then the judge finally like let us come back home like almost 2 years later. But, you know, like, yo, one thing she said, she's like, they told me, they're like, the war doesn't start behind those gates. The war starts when she gets out of those gates, you know? Yeah, because then she got to work
Shit.
through this world. Yeah, she got to understand. She got to appreciate. She got to make the best of what she can, you know? Like, and little does she know, yeah, we're all watching, you know? Like, we're all trying to pretty much understand, you know? And yeah, bro, like, we saw her get it together, moved out here. She graduated from San Bernardino University, yo. Like, she did what she had to
Fire.
do.
That's fire.
Yeah,
Congratulations. That's
she went
dope.
to go work and help in domestic violence now to give back and be there for everybody else, you know? Yeah, like this year she just took 22 years, you know? So yeah, it's been 22
Nice.
years since she like walked away, you know, and gave everything. So she's
Nice.
been a huge motivation to me, you know?
Wow.
But of course, yeah, we're kids and we go on to live our own lives anyways, right? So
That's exactly what I was going to ask you.
I had to become a teenager, you know, I had to understand. Mom's like, yo, don't get no haircuts like this. It's a gangster look. Don't wear no plain
Yeah.
shirt. Don't do that. She's just trying to protect me from everything, you know?
Yeah.
But at the time, I'm like, what are you talking about? What's this? What's that? You know, like, yeah, you and my dad gangbanged your whole lives. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, you know, like being a little interested in hanging out with the other guys other than going to baseball practice. I know, like, stay focused, you know, little things that come. But, you know, we continued. And then eventually when I moved out towards Newhall, it was just a way different city with more money is by Six Flags. Yeah, and it's all out there. And, yo, there's just a lot going on, you know, and my mom like has to take care of all the other siblings now. They're all older now, so now they need her focus. Then eventually, like I end up finding myself in a trouble. You know, yo, I start getting in a little trouble. I start getting expelled everywhere. I'm getting into fights. Yo, I'm
In the new bougie area, you was
yeah,
getting in
yeah,
trouble.
in the whole, yeah, exactly. Yo, they said, well, you would have thought you listened. My mom's like, I brought you guys to a better neighborhood and all of that. She's like, to give you guys a better life. Yeah, she did. You know, just the only thing is we still met bad kids in the good cities, though. You know, I don't know why. It just, we just did, you know, and
Yeah.
yo, and it happened. And
Most
yo,
people attract themselves, and wherever you're at, you're gonna
I was
attract
gonna
most
say that,
people.
you
too.
relate sometimes
to
in
whatever
some ways.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So,
yeah, you know, so yo, yeah, we kept going on, bro, and yeah, we just kept doing what we could, and then like eventually I became a teenager, yeah, and I started getting involved with alcohol and weed and drugs, yeah, and I started falling behind, and yeah, I started losing credits, yeah, and I'm about to not even graduate high school at this point, you know,
so
like
this started when you were literally in high school still.
so yeah, like freshman years when I started like getting into alcohol. Yo, yeah, sophomore year, like through that summer, you know, just started like really like getting into weed and all of that. And like in my junior year, I'm popping pills, you know, like
Damn.
bad, like about like 32 a day, you know, just like
God damn.
nigga, what kind of fucking pills was you popping?
triple C's? Ever heard of those?
What?
You heard about those? Yeah, they're crazy. They're like lean, but like another.
Oh,
bro,
like codeine pills.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard. of
And they're
them
like
motherfuckers. Yeah.
in Rite Aid, like right across the street, just open right there. You just, you know, but yeah, like, and it
Niggas
was that
dropping
easy.
32?
So yeah,
Gosh.
and because they come like 8 in a pack and like yeah, you know, like
When it's
double up,
not your
triple up.
time.
Yo, no,
Not your
well,
time.
it gets crazier. Watch. Yo, yeah, so like all of that goes on, you know, and I'm just trying to make it through junior year. You know, at this point, yo, like I'm in a continuation school, falling apart. You know, like down 100 credits, but I still got dreams to like graduate at a regular high school and all of this. And they're like, bro, that's like
Never happening.
impossible. Though. It's not gonna happen. I'm like, all right, I took some more pills. Got a little motivated right
Dang.
there.
Take some more
Yo,
pills.
yeah,
and
got a
start
little more
hilarious.
motivated, you know, and
Do
I
you
don't
feel
know.
like the pills was like motivating you?
I guess I just got so high. I was doing the work. I was in by that time I was so high, all the work was done. I didn't even feel like I did all that work. Yo, yeah,
Dang.
so I blinked and you know
It was
caught
done.
up on all that shit in a year. Yo,
That's
and,
fire though.
yeah, and it was time to like, you know, senior year, summer. Let's figure it out. Where you going now? You know, in the continuation school, like, nah, bro, you're gonna stay here. Like, you're gonna stay here and like just be grateful. You're gonna get a diploma.
Yeah.
Right before that, for the first time ever, I won school awards and all of this shit. I was like,
Yeah.
I never had no school awards, like
Yeah.
I was like, this is interesting, but yeah, the summer goes on and I'm still like dedicated to get back,
That's fire.
and they're like, nah, like it's not gonna happen. My mom was like, nah, like after everything she's been through, she's like, and I see you out here trying to change. She's like, even though you're like not doing 100%, she's like, but something is better than nothing,
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. So she went to the school district. Bro, the fucking news team came and all of that. They fucking dropped me so fast from that continuation. I got enrolled to my high school again. I was able to get back senior year, and
That's dope.
yeah, until I started fucking up there, yeah, and started popping more pills, started ditching, started getting away with shit, because now you got like, now you're a TA, you're a senior, so it really
Yeah,
don't
you got a
matter.
little
Yo,
leeway.
yeah, it's so much leeway that before you realize it, like,
Fucking
yeah,
up
I'm
again.
fucking up, bro. I'm fucking getting arrested already, I'm already like fucking facing a trial by the end of my senior year, like
Dang.
literally every stupidity thing I could think, and I did all this to myself, like
Yeah.
You
I
was
gotta
facing a trial for what?
Let's watch. Bro, we were silly. Yeah, we were done. We'd be at Walmart fooling around, running out with shopping carts and shit.
Mm.
Motherfuckers got us. Got us, went down, bam. What? All the worst charges you could possibly think, But
Yeah.
at that point, I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm already high off the pills and shit. So I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm doing all of this. Like, I get myself here just to, like
Fuck it up.
waste my time,
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you
I'm
feel like you would have been better at the continuation school? Or you feel like you would have did the same shit?
damn, that's a good question. I never thought
'Cause
about
I
that.
feel like you was doing better at the continuation school
Yeah,
compared
yeah.
to
Oh,
going to
yeah,
the regular
you know
school.
what? That's a good point. Yeah, because the continuation school was only like 4 hours a day too. You pull up, you're like in 3 classes, or like an hour each and shit. But yeah, it was,
Yep.
yeah, you right. I actually never thought about that. Wow, so,
Yeah, it could be that.
but
'Cause I was thinking maybe it was like maybe once you got to the high school there was no more drive. I think at continuation school your drive was to get back to
Yeah.
regular high school to graduate there. But
Yeah.
once you got there, it was just like, well, shit, nigga, I'm back now. What's the next?
you're bored. Yeah,
You feel what
Yo,
I'm
started,
saying?
started smoking everybody out. Started kicking it.
Yeah.
Everything. And then bro, we get to fucking like grad night. And you got to pay for grad nights like $300 to go to Disneyland and shit. Well, I took too many pills with me, and I had like way too many. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get in, so I gave everyone on the bus pills. So everyone's all lit, bro. We get there, we all get off like zombies off the school bus and shit. Everyone's going into Disneyland. We didn't go straight in. We went to go get some fucking Four Locos and like some fucking weed off some dude outside of McDonald's just like selling weed. So we're kicking it, smoking blunts, drinking and shit. We come back. My homie's stupid enough that he's still walking with the Four
Four
Loco
Loko.
in his hand, and we walk right through the gate. I had a blunt in my ear. I'm like, dog.
In high school.
I'm like, yeah,
Grad
senior
night,
year at
Disneyland.
grad night, trying to get into Disneyland.
Yeah, they
Yo,
don't
and I'm
fuck
like,
around. I
and
got
we
caught
paid,
with
we
shrooms
paid to
at
be there
Disneyland.
too. We paid to be there.
Gave me a ticket and everything.
Yo, yeah, we didn't get in there. They put us in the goofy jail and shit downstairs. Yeah, and my mom had to come get me, and pretty much right there.
Oh, I know she was hot.
Yo, oh yeah, dude. Yo, at that point, she's like, man, like after everything we did, she's like, I just don't get you. She's
Yeah.
like, I really just don't understand it. She's like, I guess you have to keep falling in order to get it, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I don't want to hear this right now. Like,
Yeah.
this is the last thing you ever want to hear, But of course, I wake up like the next day, eventually come to my senses, and I'm like, shit, I might not graduate because I think I just got caught up, and I think that expels me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. I go back, and the finals are like the next week. And we get up in there, and I'm like, I got a D in my one of my classes, but I'm like, if you take your final, you at least pass it. A D, you'll still be passing the class.
Yeah.
But if I don't take it, that's an F. Then basically I'll not get my diploma, and I barely just be short by that one class right there. And I go, and I guess I had a restraining order on me, and I got there. I couldn't get in the campus. Principal comes running out. He's like, leave him alone. Joseph, come. He takes me in his office. He's like, what are you doing? What's going on? I was like, yo, I got to take my finals, bro. Or else, like, everything I did
A
is for
restraining
nothing.
order on
Yo,
you from your
yeah.
school is
Come
crazy.
to find out, one of my homies, the dude that got caught with me snitched on me, and said that I forced him to take the drinking with him. So I was like, all right, for sure. I'll deal with him later.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was like, this is what I'm working with, So I went, I'm like, I'm trying to take my finals, and they're like, nah, like, can't. And the principal goes like this. He's like, are you passing all your classes right now at this moment? And I go, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I got 1D. I'm like, but this is why I'm here, exactly why I'm here. I was like, so if you don't let me take that, I'm going to fail. And he goes like this, you passing all your classes? I was like, yeah. He opens his drawer and he gives me my diploma. Yo, and he goes, "Get the fuck out of here." Yo, and I was like, okay. Like I looked at him, I was like walking out, bro, with my diploma, like, and everyone's like, "What's up, Joseph?" As I'm walking out, "Joseph, what are you doing? Joseph, where are you going?" Like, and I'm just
Yeah.
like stunned, like still can't even believe it, bro. Like after everything I've been through my whole life, after everything, you know, like my mom, after everything she's been through, to be holding a diploma as I'm walking out, you know, yeah. And to me, it was different, you know, like it was huge, like. But I was like, yeah, like I can't walk at graduation, all of that. That means I don't get to enjoy all of that, right? So I'm sitting there the day up, yo, and everyone's on Instagram, like posting the caps and gowns and shit. And I'm sitting outside with my homies. We're all fucking getting drunk already, like at 10 in the morning and shit.
Damn.
Whatever, right? What a life, right? Yeah, yeah, literally. At the moment, you think it's so cool and shit, like smoking Newports and shit, and you living the life. And then next thing you know, it's like all my homies are all getting ready to go to the next level of life, you know, and I'm just sitting there. And I got my diploma, but something about that just didn't sit right.
Yeah.
I go upstairs and tell my mom, yo, what's going on? I'm like, damn, like, I really can't believe it. Like, I'm not gonna walk, you know? She goes, she's like, dude, did you not just get enough? Like, you got your diploma and just leave it. I'm like, nah. I'm like, fuck. I was like, I really wish like I could be walking tonight. I really wish I could be there, you know? Yeah, and she goes, all right, come here, come with me. So she takes me into her closet. Yeah, and she goes all the way to the back. And she had the same gown color that my class was black. And she goes, see what you can make happen with this. I'm like, all right, bet. Yo, night of the graduation, my family's here. Everyone showed out. Not everyone except for me and my mom knows was personally going on under the sheets, you know? But my whole family shows up and everyone's in the stands. They call my name. No one walks, but you can't tell because there's just so many going on, right? Yeah, as they throw the caps and gowns, yo, I come out from the side of the stands, dressed up completely, bro, with a tux, everything. I was ready to go. Throw up all the gowns. Fit right in like I was never even ever not there.
Wow.
Yo, all my homies were like, wow, like, why? Like everyone was just tripping out. The fucking principal saw me and was like, what are you, like, he wanted to be like, what are you doing? But he just didn't, you know, like, yo, he just said nothing. We all took our pictures, carried on. You know, my mom at dinner was just very emotional, you know, like to her it was huge, you know, and then that went on and then I fucking lost that trial like a couple weeks after that. So I went to county jail for my first time after that.
Oh,
Yeah, then
wow.
then I got hooked on coke. Then I caught
Damn.
like 16 cases after that. Yo, then I just started violating
Real
everything.
quick.
Yo,
How long ago did you graduate from high school? How many years ago?
14.
2014, so about
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. I was trying to get like a
That one.
timestamp of where we're going.
My friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago. So then we graduate, fucking up,
Yeah.
go to jail,
Yeah. Worst of the worst at the moment.
cases, and then we get into the music. When does the music come into your life?
Yo, yeah, so I catch all these cases. Yo, and like at this point, I'm losing all my homies. I'm losing everyone, you know, like I got into coke, yo, thinking I'm gonna sell it. Yeah, I'm gonna make some money because it's such a fast life and I'm into the party life at this time in the valley. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, like I'm gonna be able to make some money off this and get off of this, you know? But the only problem is don't use your own product, you know, like
Definitely
yeah,
can't.
and that's
smoke
the
Get
out.
high off your
problem.
own supply.
Yeah, especially when you see how much you're making, how much like money's just coming, how much like everything, you know, like just
Right.
excuses for your mind to lie to you and use more and use more and use more. Now you don't even pay yourself anymore. Now you pay yourself with coke, you know, like
Yeah.
now you don't even pay yourself with coke anymore. Now you got to find a way to pay back your dealer. Like now it's just like all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to the bottom, you know? Yo, and then just sitting there like, shit, I can't even pay him back. Now I got to go hit a lick. What you want, Jordans, my boy? Like I'll go get you 4 pairs of Jordans and shit that clear out my whole name. Yeah, he was like, that will work, right?
Mm.
Bandit, bro. I
Like a
fucking
gambling
just
addiction.
consistently, yo, like
That's what
still,
the
yeah,
dope
no,
do.
literally, yeah, but
That's
just
what the dope
stealing every day, you know, like hitting the Burbank Mall, like just consistently stealing, you know, and at this point, yo, like it was to the point where I was like, yo, I'm screwed. Like the judge told me not to catch any more cases after number 18, yo, and
Oh
he's
my
looking at
gosh.
me and he's going, you catch any more, yo, you're done. You're gonna do about 3 to 4 years in prison, you know, and they're all misdemeanors. So I'm like thinking,
Yeah.
oh, misdemeanors. That's nothing, right? So
Yeah.
I'm never thinking I'm ever gonna hear the word prison, you know? Yo, but the minute he hit me with that, like, I had to really sit there and think, like, damn, like, I can't be fucking around, you know? So I try to behave and shit. Yo, so one day I'm with my homie, yo, and we're all going up the freeway. Yeah, and he's driving. Yo, and we're going up the freeway, and I'm in the passenger seat. Yo, and we just hit a lick, like, two stores down. We just walked out with everyone walked out with a 24-pack of Modelo's. We were on a run. We were just had Xanax. Had a lot of coke. We were just out of
And
control.
this is after the judge
Yeah,
told
just
you
like 2 months later.
no more
Yep, nothing.
mishaps.
Yep, and of
Jesus
course
Christ.
we can't get away from the addiction, you know. So that's our
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, and then obviously like we don't even got money for the addiction, so we gotta hit a lick, you know. Like
Right.
yeah, so we didn't know what to do. We're just trying to figure it out. We
Yeah.
say right.
Yeah.
And then we're going, bro, and yeah, like his car started acting up, and he thought something was wrong with his car. Goes under, pops the hood. I'm in the passenger seat. He's like, hey, could you try to start up the car? Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna come around and start up the car. I'm like fucked up. So yeah, and then the car starts. He's like, oh shit. He hops in the passenger seat. He's like, go, go, go. Give us some gas. We go up a little bit. Car like starts stopping, and then that's it. It turns right off. CHP pulls up right behind me. I'm in the driver's seat, yo. Keys are ignition. I got 3 grams of coke in my waist. Yo, and I'm
And
like,
you're already fucked up.
golly. And my pupils are like that. So the minute he talks to me, DUI, like
Yeah.
immediately, you know, like he walks up, he does all of that, puts me in cuffs immediately, yeah, and puts me in the back of the car. I fucking got my cuffs. I squeezed my fucking hands all the way around, and I fucking ate all the coke. Yeah, because there's no way I'm gonna take that shit inside the station. That's a whole nother federal charge.
Yeah.
So I ate
And you
all
had
that
it in
shit.
like bags. That's how my friend
Big old
died.
bag. Jeez, see?
That exact scenario
Damn.
that you just
Yikes.
described,
Ugh.
getting arrested and
Oh,
trying to
I
hide
know you
it.
talk about from
Yep, too much.
Yo.
Rest in peace. My
Yeah.
name too much.
I was. Oh, you gave me the chills from my legs right now.
Yeah,
on
but
that.
back to what I was saying, like when it's not your time,
Yo,
it's not, because like literally that
That's
is
trippy.
exactly what
Juice
he
WRLD.
did.
What
Yo,
like what so all this going on, then when did you like start doing music?
Yo, watch. I promise y'all I'm getting there. Yo, look. So right after that, so yeah, DUIs, you get kicked out like in the morning. It's just a simple ticket. Since we
Okay.
got caught like past 1 a.m, yo, they hold me. If it would have been like in the regular day, take you to station, fingerprint you, kick you right out, right?
Yeah.
But they held me. I fucking woke up off the Xanax, everything, and I'm like, oh shit, like I fucked up. Yo, I fucked up. I'm here. At this point, yo, like, I'm like, you know what? Like, I know I gotta get my shit together, you know, like, gotta figure it out, bro. Like, and my mom's like, you know, you're fucking up. You just gotta get ready and gotta get ready to do this time, you know, and this is what you gotta do. You just gotta knock it out. It's like 4 years.
That was what you got sentenced.
So that's what they wanted to,
Give
that
you.
was what was on the table at the moment. Yo,
Yeah.
yeah, and right here at this moment, I'm only 20 years old. Yo, so I'm like, fuck, like my whole life pretty much in 4 years, like 24 years old, I'll get to start from scratch and get a job and get a driver license and all of these little things, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like this is crazy. So I can't do anything about it now. Yo, yeah, so I'm still fucking lit, still doing my thing, still getting loaded every day until I don't know when the court.
Yeah.
I guess it just pulls up, you know, because I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Yo, I can't hold down a job. I'm working like so many little bullshit jobs, but main one I'm just trying to still sell coke. I think in my head, right? Yo, the music fell out because all my homies went their own way. Yeah, so I ain't engineering for no one anymore. Yo, that music dream is in the trash. Yeah, at this point it's like, dog, like I'm pretty much just doing coke because I felt suicidal, you know, at this point. Yo, like at this point, it's like I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like I just felt so lost, you know, like as a soul right there. And I was like, damn, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yo, and I went with my mom to this family party and she's there and she just, you know, all my aunts that knew me from when I was a kid and my mom got me home. Thank you. Yeah, I know getting on me. No, it's okay. Yeah, and all of the aunts, oh, hi Joseph, how you doing? Oh, you don't like to eat? I'm all sucked up. They're like, I'm like, no, yo, blah blah blah, diet, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I hear my mom in the corner. One of the other family members asked her like, "Oh, how's Joseph doing?" She's like, "Oh, he's doing really good," you know. And it like kind of shook me a little bit to hear her like have to lie, you know, and just like not be able
And you
to.
knew
like,
she knew that she was lying.
yo,
Because y'all
hell
talking
yeah,
about all the
hell
bullshit
yeah.
that's going on
No,
daily.
yeah, and she thought like I was outside smoking or doing my thing, you know. Yeah, and I just heard her like saying good about me, you know, and that shit like, yo, that like ran chills through my body, you know. And I just sat there and I was like, damn, like I wish I could give her what she gave me as a kid, you know. Like I wish like how she was able to turn her life around and change it, yo, like to come home for us. I wish I could do that, you know. And I just sat there, bro, and that was the moment right there. Like
That moment.
yeah, I was like, fuck this, yo, like fuck this. I went back to jail again. I had to finish another serving, yo, and then this guy in there told me he got a sentence of 5 years. The big old Cholo and all this, yo, big old. Right before that, we all were on the bus, and everyone was all cool. He was a funny guy. Yo, but on the way back, he's like, I got 5 years. I'm like, damn. I was like, fuck it, 5 years, that ain't that bad, you know? And he was like, my mom only got 3 years to live, though. And I went, all right. I'm like, I get you, God. Yo, I'm like, I get it, you know?
Yeah.
After that, bro, I went and enrolled my ass right into a rehab. And I never wanted to waste my time with rehab because I wasn't ready. I didn't want to waste no one's time. You know, I wanted to go when I knew it was right, when I knew I was ready. You know, I didn't want to waste no one's time because I wanted to be all ears to what they're going to try to do for me, you know?
Yeah.
And I did. Yo, I did that. I got through that. Of course, yeah, right when I got out, yo, I had to find a job. I started working, started finding little minimum wage jobs, any kind of job I could get in the city, you know? I didn't care. Yo, put me anywhere. I'll work 2 jobs. I'll stack that money up. I'll pay out all my court fees. I'll do whatever I got to do so I don't leave for 4 years in debt and all of this, you know? Yo, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to court, all of this, bro. For some reason, yo, I started fighting this case and I'm going, yo, and we're getting ready for this trial. And at this time, I'm like, you know, like I felt like I lost my first trial because of my other lawyer. Yeah, I know I was in the wrong and I was still stealing with the basket and all that at Walmart, but we never left the store, which means we should have had a fair trial. After that, I was like, yo, I want to defend myself. You know, I want to defend myself. And I already knew all the other cases I had before this. And I'm like, yo, I'm really about to roll my dice and defend myself on this last case. What happens, yo? Out of nowhere, this fucking fed lawyer out of nowhere just came walking through the door. Yo, he's like, I'm taking your case. He's like, all it is. He's like, can you get statements from your friends, yo, that were in the car? He's like, can you this, that? He's like, if you could get those statements, he's like, we could win this trial. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I go, I talked to all my people. Everyone was able to give me a statement, yo. And I was able to get that DUI just dropped to just public intoxication. Yeah. So, bruh, that was the most wildest event of turns. But he's like, yo, but for the public intoxication, all the violations, yo, they're gonna put you on 5 years of probation. You went from 2 years to 5 years. Like, it was the max of everything, but the littlest jail time. He said 55 days. Yo, I'm like, all right, 50. Nah, just kidding. Yo, he was like 55 days. I'm like, all right, cool. Yo, I was like, you know, I'm like, shit, 10%. I started doing the math. I'm like, damn, I'll be out in like 5 days, right? Because county jail, like 10%. Bruh, my church is all praying for me before I'm going because I'm in Bible study. Yo, now I'm like getting close to my first year, you know, and I'm doing everything right in the community I got to do. Yo, I'm working. I'm getting enrolled back into college, you know, and I still got to deal with reality. I still got to deal with this case. And I kept moving like pure-hearted, you know, even if the whole time I thought 4 years, just 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. Now, if God gives me anything less than 4 years, that's on him. Yo, so when I found out 55 days, I was like, yo, like that's hell yeah. Like, hell yeah.
55 days over 4 years for sure.
Peace out. I'm straight. Bro, I got released in 10 hours. Yo, I was like, damn, like, yeah, it was that packed. They kicked me out. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I got home, bro, and I knew what to do. You know, like, if he was able to help me with that much while I was on my way there, how can I turn away now? You know, like, they're like, yeah, how can I do all of this, get this far, and think, like, just even have a thought of turning away, you know? So now, like, right away, I just went right back to work. You know, I kept working. I kept doing my thing. Went to school, eventually figured out my calling, you know, and that's what I'm doing today for work, you know. Yeah, it took a lot, you know, but now I'm rounding up on 8 years, you know. Yeah, this April, this April will be 8 years.
Free of all the
everything,
BS.
all my stupidity, everything, you know.
Congrats to you though, bro, for real.
Yo, and you know, like, that's what I'm telling you. So from all of that to going through all of this, yo, and then like bossing up, going through school, buying a house at 26, yo, like just staying focused, yo, like just doing everything. Like a lot of people wrote me off and said, bro, well, all those cases, I never be able to get a job at Lowe's or nothing, yo, like nothing, you know. Hey, well, fine, tell me where I can get a job, you know. I'll go get a job there and I'll get 2 jobs and I'll stack my money, pay for my school, do everything I gotta do, get a down payment for a house, clear out my credit, like the stuff that we know to do, you know, but it's just, yo, you know,
journey and a process to do it.
Turned around and kept doing all of that, yo, and like, before I realized it, like, everything's good, you know, and I'm helping my patients. I'm doing good with everyone at work, you know, all the youth. So I'm seeing a lot of people change their lives, get off of fentanyl. I'm helping them get stable and get away from.
Do you work at like, do you work at some type of rehabilitation center?
At a clinic center, yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I see a lot of the people that are like a victim to the fentanyl, a victim to opiates, like heroin, all of that, you know, even
Lean, all that.
alcohol, everything, yo, like, you know, and we help, yo, we do what we can. And when I meet them, like, you know, it's like I understand them, you know. I work with them in a different way of like having patience, you know, like over like, you know, like no treating someone like you're a probation officer and all of that, you know.
Yeah,
At
'cause you've
this
been
point,
there.
yeah, exactly. Like I
Mhm.
could give them more patience, I could give them more time, you know. And that's the beauty of what I do today, you know, and being able to help all of them, you know, and being motivated by seeing them change their personal lives in the real world, bruh. God asked me, just like, dude, like, yo, how can I not want to change more? You know, like,
Right.
how can I not want to dig deeper? I know I've been doing this music my whole life. I know what I could do with that, you know?
You're
And
right.
at the same time, that's where it just like get all clicked in like it's a whole timeline, you know, it just lined up right into place, you know, like everything, you know. I wish y'all could have made music at 19 and 20, but I wasn't ready yet, you know. Yo, I didn't have the wisdom I need yet. You know,
You feel
I
like
was still learning.
you feel like music um is the way for you to capture your story and share it with other people?
It can be. Yo, yes, definitely can be, you know, and yo, the beauty about the music world is it's the youngsters, you know, it's the young generation,
Mm.
yo, like, and a lot of them are blinded, especially to a lot of these false beliefs and like yo praises out here that a lot of these kids grow up misled, you know, like, and to me as well, like it's like, you know, like I'm not gonna sit here and say I want to be the Pope, you know, but at the same time too, is like I understand what it's like to literally run through the projects in the streets and be a fiend and all of that, and to get up, you know, like is possible, you know. I mean, think about it. That's the reason why, like it just, you know, it's something that totally keeps me motivated, you know. And the music as well is like music is art, you know. It just
Mhm.
depends on how you express your stories through art, you know. Like I don't know, all my stories, all the titles are all something
That you
different of my
experienced?
life. Literally,
Okay.
every single one is a
That's
story.
fire.
That's like a journey, you know. So,
Yeah, that's dope.
hey, but God's plan.
Are you record so where are you recording music at? You got like a home
All me, yeah,
studio?
yeah, all me,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, she got to J. Cole. Yeah, no, for real. But yo, yeah, like, you know, it's cause like at the same time too, it's like right now I'm in a different zone, you know. Like, yeah, I did get out of rehab and come home and all my homies are all still there. What's up? Like, yo, you know, it's like respect it. You know, I'm focused right now, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm in my lane, you know. And as bad as I want to kick it and say hi to them, as bad as I want to, like, you know, because I know they're all good people and all of that, you know.
Yeah.
But if they respect me, you know, then they'll appreciate. Then they'll respect what I'm trying to do. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
you know, they'll be there for me when it's all said and done. You know, and at the same time too, I'll also show them if I could do it one day. You know,
Yeah.
like, and especially if they ever decide on doing it one day, I'm right here. You know, like, and yeah, like they all are very motivated. You know, like all of them still keep up today. All of them are very motivated to see where this journey goes. You know, like
Yeah.
see how it takes off. And you know, dude, trust me, I ain't done. I'm just getting started, you know. But yeah, that's why right now it's like just getting out here, you know, and just trying to keep like putting my story out there in all these platforms and just speak up for all the other kids that might be going through the same thing right now, you know. Like
Yeah.
there's people right now that
Being an
are
advocate
yeah,
for
there's
them.
people that are just starting using, in the middle of using, and literally thinking about ending right now, you know.
Yep.
And there's people that just barely stopped and they don't know if there's really light at the end of the tunnel, you know. Well, there is, you know.
That's real shit.
Totally is.
What was the hardest what was the hardest drug for you to kick?
Xanax.
Dang.
Why Xanax?
Benzos, the making side of Xanax. Yo, like you got to go to a detox tree that like the longer you take Xanax, the harder and the longer it takes for it to get out of your body. And the longer you take it, the harder it's going to be when you are trying to get off of it, you know? Yeah, because your body becomes more dependent on it. The way it gets in your inside your fat and all of that, the way it just stays, you know. And that one normally, I tell a lot of my patients, yo, that one takes them about like 2 weeks to get out, you know. And yeah, that
Mm.
one's a very like that one stays really strong, yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah, and they don't know it either. Like, so they really, really like one day, like you just can't use it. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
just can't one day, and it's like, yeah, you'll feel it. Yo, like, and I didn't know any of this. You know, I learned all of this through like my studies and all of that. Yeah, but I didn't know any of that. So when I went to rehab, yeah, and the only rehab that would accept me when I was going through all that, I applied everywhere to all those rehabs. When I told my mom I was ready, and the only one that accepted me was acting, yo, and that was the one my mom went to, which was
Acting?
which was a weird like,
That's life
dude.
in full circle. your mom going there, and then
Yeah.
you as an adult learning,
Yo,
going through your
and
own
then then it closed
rehabilitation.
down like 2 years after that. So and I was like, wow, yo, so yeah, like now it's closed down, and then I went back. Then I went back to Newhall when I was like on my run. Yo, I'm doing good. I'm like 3 to 4 years, like at the top of everything, yo. And I got this new job offer up in Palmdale. Yo, in Palmdale, came calling. Yo, in Palmdale was like, and I just sat there and said, wow, that's so interesting because the clinic I'm at for work is literally like not even 2 miles away from my foster care house. And I
Oh
was like, wow,
wow.
like, yeah, it's just interesting, yo, like, like everything does happen for a reason. That's the interesting thing about this world, like, but it's just like, I try to stay humble through it. I try to appreciate everything that I do learn, like hold no hate, hold no anger, just free, because at the end of the day, like this world is too short, yo. Like, dude, I'm 28 years old right now. I just started this when I was 20. It feels like yesterday, and like before we realize it, like, we got to make the best of it while we're here. And yeah, that's totally why, like, with music, I try to take it to a different level. I try to find something different. Like one of my main songs right now is like, "You get what you give," like self-explanatory. Like if you want to live a good life, well, you got to do things that will help you get to a better life. Like you can't always live and take shortcuts and live wrong. Because eventually, after a while, everything catches
Catches
up.
up.
Yeah, facts.
Do you feel like you were a product of your
I was
environment,
gonna
like
ask
with your
that.
mom,
That's what I was gonna ask.
or do you just feel like you just kind of got caught up in what was going on at school and in the streets, or do you just kind of feel like
It was like generational.
it was
Yeah,
generational
totally.
curse?
Yeah, it totally felt like a generational curse too. I feel like that's also what leads us back to relating to a lot of friends like that as well. Yeah, because you hear a lot of similar other kids. Oh, yo, my mom's never home. Let's come over. Let's all hang out at my house. What does that mean? What
Mm,
does that mean? That kid right there, yo, is obviously not connected a lot very well with their family. They all obviously suffer from being alone as well.
Yep.
My mom might be home, but she's like a dad and a mom, so she's like calling shots all day for all of us. Where it's like we're kind of alone too. In reality, we all relate in our own way. And that's where, yeah, like it did feel like a generational curse where it was like, that's why the day I knew when I broke it, like I knew right there, it was like, it was no wasting no time, yo, because like my dad died loaded, yo, he was swimming right there in the pool and he slipped, hit his head, and drowned right there in the water, like,
oh
yo,
my God.
you may think like you are literally very prepared in all of this, but you just never know, like you literally never
Agreed.
know how this world is, like,
Agreed.
yeah, like never thought like he been on top of his game for his whole life and everything, never thought like one slip, right here, this
Literally.
pool
Yeah.
could be the end of me, like never think about it like that, and all of that, just kept like I always kept asking God why, and as I got older, my pastor through my first 2 years of getting my life together, he told me, he's like, don't question God. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
don't question God. He's like, and if you think you're gonna tell God your plans, he'll also laugh at you. Like, he's
Mm.
like, because you don't know what he has planned for you the next day, like just move and keep moving with a good heart. Stay focused. He's like, stay focused. You'll get everywhere you gotta go, you'll get everything you need. And he's like, but at the same time, it's like, but do you know? And if you don't, and if it doesn't go that way, then it's just meant to be. Simple as
Mm-hmm.
that. So yeah, man, generational curse. But you know what? We could break that curse if one
100%.
of us try. I mean, at least I got a lot of nieces and nephews and all of that. And even if some of them decide, oh well, let's go this way, or well, look, at least like Uncle Joseph and Grandma, did it this way, so they at least get a choice. They get a choice now. They have a chance. Yeah. So totally, yeah, it's something in me that even if this music doesn't get to where the dreams and the goals of where I hope it
Yeah.
at least as long as I leave my mark, like,
Yeah.
and if it does with this money and all of that, bro, I open up more centers, I open
Yep.
up more homeless
Fire.
shelters out
Yeah.
there in the world, because go to Skid Row, a lot of people
Yeah.
don't want to talk about that, go down there where the homeless are hurting and suffering, and they're kids, they're
There
teenagers,
is kids out
Yeah.
there. It's
Like
crazy.
young girls like lost, a lot of young kids out here lost, and then there's old people, that it's crazy. Like, every time I was in jail, I always talk to the older folks, because you know why? They know the blueprint.
Yep.
They've seen the blueprint of this life, you think you want this life? Talk to the ones who are already at the end of that life.
Yep.
Find out,
Mm.
find
Yeah,
out,
facts.
because all the OGs always told me in jail and rehab, they always said, like, what are you doing with yourself? Like, you're young. You're like, if you get it together right now at 20 years old, So you could do something with your life. Robert bought a house at 26. They said I never do anything in my life. My dad died, never brought a house. Like a lot
Yeah.
of goals that they said I couldn't do, you know, and it's up to you. So it's up
I
to
think
you.
we talk about this all the time on the podcast, and we even clipped it about hitting rock,
Rock
bottom.
bottom.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of us, in different instances, we have to hit rock bottom. Obviously, your rock bottom is going to be different from my rock bottom. You get what I'm saying? But it does take hitting that bottom to know, like, God damn, let me figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And I love what you're doing with your story. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm an activist for my community. I'm from San Bernardino. I love doing work, and I just feel like the music is kind of like what you're trying to do to help. I mean, at least for your passion. To me, from what I'm getting, your passion is to help. The
Mhm.
music is kind of just the messenger. You
Mhm.
get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think that's beautiful because, like I tell people all the time when I go talk to these kids at the schools and shit, I'm pulling up looking regular so they can chain on, nice car, jewelry on. Why? Because I want them to relate to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And
So
they love
that
that.
part.
They be like, "Oh, your fit. Look at your fit."
Hey, I counsel in Vans. I counsel in a hoodie. You know, I'm just being
And
casual.
I
'cause
say
it's
that
very
to say,
true.
like, even with your story is
True.
relatable because you've been through it. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't take somebody who's saying don't do this and don't do that, but never been through it.
Yeah,
Or
right.
somebody who's like, nigga, I was in rehab at 19, nigga.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
Okay. You might know.
32 pills
And
a
I'm
day.
the-
You might
and
know
I-
what you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm the program coordinator at 28 years old today. Like, come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, like, no,
You feel
trust me.
me?
I
Yeah.
feel you. Yo, and you know, you said rock bottom. A lot of people always ask me, they're like, where'd you get your name, Prince Joseph, from?
Yeah.
Yo, and I'm like, well, you ever heard about the story in the Bible? Yo, Prince Joseph comes from a large family,
And he was
brothers and
the
sisters.
baby.
So yeah, and the dad was really in love with him, you know, because that was the baby
And
of
then
the family.
I just
yeah.
read this story at the
Yo,
Bible to my daughter last night.
And you know, it's so wow,
That's
that's
crazy.
funny. Yo,
It's
and you
full
know,
fucking circle.
and you know, like, yo, like all the brothers, they
They
were
was jealous of him.
Yep.
very jealous, yo, because the dad gave him this coat as well, yo, that was like so nice and shiny and pretty. And at this time, like, there's no such thing as like colorful colors and all of this, you know, it's
Yeah.
just so different, yo, and, like, because like people could come and tell him their dreams, and he could like be like, you know, like, well,
Yeah,
maybe it's
prophesizing
because
the
this or
dream.
that, yeah, like, and he would be right, you know, and like they didn't like that he already had a gift and he was already well liked from
He was the favorite.
dad and all
He
of
was the
that,
favorite.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? But he's like noble. He moves
Yeah.
hard. He
Yeah.
loves his brothers. He loves his family. He loves
Yeah.
the sheep. He loves
Yeah.
everything that helps keep their family be one. You know, yo. But what do? They put him in a hole. They sell him to the slaves. Yo,
Yeah.
and then they go. He becomes a slave.
And
Yo,
then
and he
becomes a
goes
king.
off.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
what?
I know the story.
Yo, like, you know, it's crazy. And then, yo, and he thinks that is the worst of the worst right there, you know, and he
Yep.
thinks it's over. Yo, and he thinks like this story can't get any worse, you know. But no, yo, he just stays noble, stays good hearted, you know, because when you do good, good will happen, you know.
Facts.
Eventually
Agree with
makes it
that.
up. Yo, eventually he gets trusted by the empire and everything, and then the wife said that he was trying to be with her and all this
Right,
when he
right.
knew he wasn't, you know. But just another sign of the devil can get you in any way, and you knew you moved right, but it still got you, you know. Falls, goes down to the pit. Now he's in prison for a long time, bro, long time. But you know, he stays focused. He keeps going. One day he earns back the trust of the empire, and eventually one day he ends up running the empire as well. His
Mhm.
family comes to the front line one day, begging for food, begging for money, and all of that. He's right there. They didn't even recognize him. Humble.
Yep.
Gives
Yeah,
them
it
food,
still helps
gives
them.
them money,
And
still
brought them
opens
to the
their
land.
Yep. Still brought them in and still made them their family, you know? One thing I learned about me with my story, through all of that, yo, through falling and all of that, and not understanding and wanting to get out of there, you know, like being in hell, but God had me down there, bro, so I could get the key. Look, one thing about this, yo, is
that was a bar.
I'm coming to a very interesting field. This is the music industry.
Yep.
This is the devil's playground, yo. The
Mm.
devil was God's angel at one point,
Yep.
yo, before he got sent down to hell. So he played in music, you know?
Yep.
Yo, and what's crazy is like I'm coming to a very dangerous zone where it's like, think about this. I could be judged all day because if I don't sound like this or I don't sound like that, or if I don't look like this or if I don't look like that. But think about this. You know what? You gotta still be not scared to take the chance to try to make a change, you know? Because think about this, like you said, with this on this platform and music and all of this, you know, like this music world, like if I could get this message out of change to the music world, to the kids at the front line right now growing up, never know what could happen, you know, like
Yeah.
they deserve it. You know, there's kids, there's people, there's teenagers that work 9 to 5s that aren't into a lot of this bad stuff, but they deserve credit too, yo. Like they're busting
Yeah,
their ass
facts.
up out there. There's college kids that, yo, they're doing it for their parents that don't have nothing. They're out there grinding, you know, they're taking the bus every day, you know, like doing little things, yo, that like a lot of us like don't oversee, you know. I think they deserve to be shouted out too. That's why I use a lot of my music to talk about everyone, any color, race, gender, anything, you know, because we all are human, bro. Like humanity is what matters, you know. That's man, my music. That's all I want to do is bring peace, you know. And trust me, like I always look at it even like this, like even if I succeed in it or even if I fail in it, at least like I tried it and I'm in the field, you know. Like that's one thing.
And I think that's a good message to portray because not everybody is going to be the biggest and the baddest and the best in the music industry. Because there's so many people that do music.
Facts.
But I think that it's important. You kind of already know what your passion is, like Muda said, and the music is kind of just like the avenue that you're choosing to share with other people, you know, instead of like just music itself being your passion. I think that's a really good message that you're sending to kids because this could be something that kids use to express themselves or as a hobby. You don't have to only do music to become a multimillionaire and be a superstar. Exactly. You can use this as a way to express yourself and channel your emotions in a positive aspect.
You use music as a vessel to
there we go.
Whatever
That's the
message
word
you're trying to use. You feel me? And what you was even speaking on just a few minutes ago about like people going through shit or different things. Last Sunday, I'm part of this little the Black Grad Scholarship Committee where we read all the essays and videos of all the seniors, black seniors in the IE who wants to get a scholarship. You feel me? So we did it last Sunday. It's every year. I did it last Sunday, and I'm literally reading these essays, watching these videos. Like, damn, people be going through it. It was a story. It was a girl who was saying like I grew up in a single parent home because my dad killed my little brother and he's in jail for life.
Wow.
What?
My mom has a brain cancer and I have seizures so much that I got bullied out of my school that I had to go to a different school. And I'm just like, damn, little shit like that, you never know what people going through.
Right.
And she's doing all this just to get a scholarship to go to college and better her life. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Yo, did you get to see what she looks like?
I definitely did, yes.
Did she look like she'd been through?
She didn't.
You know what my pastor once told me? He's like, yo, because I used to dress really bad. He said, don't let your struggle be your identity. You know, you don't got to wear that. You can get up and you can go, you know, and you can change how you look and how you move. So,
and that's the main reason I was gravitated to it, because as she's telling the story, because she had a video presentation, not an essay. And I'm saying, like, damn, the way she's articulating and just looking, she doesn't even look like she's going through hell.
Damn.
So then when I presented to the committee, like, I feel like she needs a scholarship, there's a teacher like, no, I know her. It was so bad, I thought she was going to have to wear a helmet to school because she had so many seizures.
Oh, yeah. Because
Her brother goes, like, her brother goes through it too. One of her brothers died because the dad killed. I'm like, damn, and that's crazy because just looking at the video, she doesn't look like it. Wow. And it just tells you what people go through, and like you said, they can mask it. You feel me? But you just never know, and you never know what else you can do for people. You feel me? Like, I'm sure a lot of people seen her presentation, but I'm like, nah, she needs to get something. And if y'all can't do it, I'm gonna do something because I was touched by it. You feel what I'm saying? I say that to say that people gonna hear your shit and be like, damn, like I feel that. I feel that. You feel me? Because even what your change isn't it like a wild change? It's like, just don't do drugs, little niggas, and that's it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
like,
look at me. I'm 28. I got a car. I got a beautiful girl. I got a good job. You feel what I'm saying? I'm living good. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Single, you the same person. You go to school and say, nigga, I'm a DJ. I'm popping. I meet celebrities every day. All you have to do, don't do drugs. Listen to your parents. Go to school. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And like you said, with your music, I don't need to be a superstar. I don't need to be the Draco of this shit. I would rather be the Dr. Sebi in music where I'm delivering the message that y'all need to hear.
You know why? Because my messages could live forever too, though. You know, especially you know, when you change your life, that stays with somebody forever as well.
100%.
You know, like
you're gonna always remember that person.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Yep. Yeah, and I think what you're doing is dope, and I think it's deeper than the music. So, and I'm glad that we're kind of not even, because I know we've all three of us asked, we're trying to get to the music, and you're not getting to it, and I'm like, damn, but now I'm like, nigga, fuck. Now at this point, not fuck the music. Now it's like, fuck the music, because this is better. Like, you feel me? This is
appreciate that.
This is
Thank
better
you.
because, again, even on this platform, we need to present to people that we don't just do just the music shit. We are trying to connect y'all with things outside
Hot
of
stuff
everything.
worldwide.
So even if we got to connect y'all with somebody who can get you out of that slump, that depression, or whatever.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Even that generational fucking curse that you don't even know that you have. You feel what I'm saying? We can be that avenue. I'm glad that we have Joseph on here because a lot of motherfuckers need that.
Facts.
What do you feel about artists these days, I'll say rappers because I mean it's not an R&B
Yeah,
singer,
yeah.
but what do you feel about rappers these days that kind of like
Promote.
glorify this life that you're talking about straying away from
Yo, you know,
as if it's cool?
yo, I thank them. You know why? Because I get to be all alone over here.
Mm.
Literally, yo, like I thank them. You know, like that's okay. Like that's fine. Yeah, y'all stay over there. Like I could come over here and I could do my thing. You know, and I could also let my fans know as well. Like when that life is over, because that party will end one day. You know, like there's a way to make it out. And now when you're ready to listen, you know, like I'll be right here. You know, one thing. So one of my other newer pastors told me, yo, he's like, yeah, like these artists. He's like, they make music for a lot of these kids today that sometimes haven't gone through problems, and a lot of them are just living life. You know, young kids just living life.
Yep.
Like, but who makes music for the artists? And I said, what?
That's deep.
Yo, he said, you know, these artists got a lot of problems too, you know? He's like, yeah, like, yo, you may make all of these good messages and all of that. Maybe it might not relate to these high schoolers right now, you know, but maybe he making these messages because maybe there's somebody up there that already has everything, but doesn't know how to go the right way, you know? Because I've already made it up there in the real world. To me, I felt like, yo, like, I'm so happy with my life today. Like, yo, if God wanted to take me, like, yo, I can't be mad at God, you know?
Yeah.
Because I've gotten to come back and work hard, yo, and be happy with who I've built up today, you know? Yeah,
That's a blessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, totally, you know? Like, and that's why it's like, with all of that, like, it does come to an end one day, you know?
Mhm.
But I appreciate all of them, you know? Like, you guys continue to go on your journey because, you know, like, man, like at least like I'll be here now, you know, to at least leave my messages. So if they ever need something different, you know, like they need to hear something different, you know, like at least there's someone there, you know, like, yo, I remember coming up, bro, like as a kid in high school, middle school and all of that, yo, and not having a dad, you know, like not understanding a lot of life things about like how to man up and how to like deal with stress, pressure, heartbreaks, all of these little
Yep.
things that you're just learning as a kid, you know, like that's what I use a lot of my music to hopefully dive deeper on a lot of that, you know, my struggle, dive deeper on everything, you know, just try to answer these questions that like, you know, I didn't have hope, you know, like
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of hope as a kid, like, because, you know, like there's so many emotions, like, you know, especially as a kid, you know, like you don't know if you fit in, you do good in school, yo, you play ball,
Yeah.
like, you know, or you like start working already, you know, like it's just so many different things, you know, so if I can at least give a little bit of like clarity to some of
Yep.
these kids, you know, to just understand, like, you know, like no matter what, you'll be okay. You know, like
Yeah.
no matter
Mhm.
what, it's okay to grind for a little bit. Yo, it's okay to have patience. Like, you know, it's okay. It's
That's what a lot of these
just
kids
okay.
lack, patience.
Yo, I saw this one
So
thing.
social
They want that. Yep.
Yeah,
They want
yo,
the instant gratification. They see
they-
people living the life or what they think they're living the life on Instagram,
always
having
ask-
money, having all these things.
If I run into somebody older, like I see an older dude like in a Bentley, a nice car, or just
Mhm.
doing something, my first thing is asking, hey, what was you doing at 30?
That part.
You feel me? Once they tell me, I'm like, cool. I know
I'm
I'm,
kinda-
I'm
I'm
on the right
good.
track. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, did you have that? No. Okay, cool, perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never been the person who want to live in the life
Yeah.
now. I'm slow grinding to where I need to be.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that the gratification for me is hearing an older person that's solidified in what he's going, saying, got it, just keep going.
Mhm.
they said Too Short didn't make his banger too. It was like 42. I was like, what?
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't
How
know
old-
that.
how old
I
is
just
he
saw
now?
that. I don't even
Let's
know.
fact check that real quick.
Yeah, but they said he didn't drop his banger till he was like 40,
Gotta be
bro.
at least in his
He's for sure in
Yeah.
his 50s, maybe 30s.
Yeah.
Let's
So-
fact
so
check
that blew me away right there, yo.
Would
'cause
you
I was
consider
like,
your music Christian or conscious music? When is it?
yo, you know, I also keep it so neutral to if the Christians, even if they ever wanted to tap into it, they could. You know, I don't say the N word, yo. I don't cuss like
Okay.
that. I'm not, you know, like
So it's
don't get me.
conscious. It's conscious.
Yeah,
rap.
there will be some songs I'll be like, I'm fucking up, like you know,
Yeah,
certain
yep,
things
yep,
like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
yeah, like
that's
To get
conscious.
that bar
gotta get my
across.
shit
That's
together,
conscious,
like you
yes,
know, like.
yeah.
But yeah, like never ever like like yo, nah, not nothing too crazy, and I don't want to say nothing too like Christiany as well because I want to be able to where everyone can listen to it. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even a lot of youngsters today, like man. But yeah, like I try to keep it very, very neutral because the message can be the same. You know who else could relate to these messages? Athletes. You know, athletes need to be motivated. You know, a lot of these youngsters coming up in sports, like damn, yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this. This is we're taking a left turn here. A little interesting question.
Tell me.
So, okay, you've maneuvered through life. All right, you're a man now. You got a house. You
Yeah.
got a girl. You got these
Yeah.
things. All right, you and your girl go on a date. Your girl got $200. and you only got $50, and the bill is $48.47. Who's
Yeah.
paying?
If I got $50, I want to take her out to eat first in the first place.
There
Yo,
we
you
go.
know, like,
There we go.
yeah, there ain't
There we
no
go.
way,
That's good.
dude. Yeah, no, of course I'm paying up for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would not be eating that if I only had
I feel you.
$50.
That's actually a good answer.
That was
Yeah,
a good
that's
answer. It was a trick
uh,
question.
Yeah, I have a question, but it's kind of going back to what we was talking about
Okay,
a
go
little bit
ahead.
earlier. I was gonna ask you because again, like I said, I advocate for the kids too. I love like uplifting my community and all that. But the one thing, and we were kind of speaking on it about like stubbornness and kids not listening and just
Yeah.
kind of like being focused on the social media and the immediate gratitude and getting that immediate high at that moment, right? So my question to you is like, what are your ways to break those barriers to get to the kids? Because it is going to be a challenge.
Oh, it is.
It's a challenge, and if
It
you
is.
already start working with them, you know it's really hard to
Yeah.
get them to follow the right path because following the wrong path is so much cooler.
Facts.
Yeah.
You feel it's so much funner, it's so much cooler,
so much easier too.
and it's so much easier,
Yeah.
right? So I'm curious to know what are your goals or what are your techniques? At least maybe I can learn
Yeah.
from it too, because again, I'm in kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
What do you do to get past those barriers of like getting through to the motherfuckers that ain't really listening?
All right. So I'd be like, let me understand a little more about you. Let me understand a little bit of your backstory. You know, what are your parents like? Where are you coming from? What have you been through? Right. Just so I could start understanding that, so I could motivate them to what it is they should be fighting for.
Okay.
You know, like if their mom has been busting their ass out, taking the bus to take all of them to school. All right. So sitting out here being stubborn, all of that. How would that help your family? You know, I would try to motivate them in a different way to see it. And also, sorry. Also, I would have them like think about it like a lot of their friends, you know, like a lot of like all the other people that like around them that they see like going off and going on, you know, like just to help them understand, like, you know, all of them, everyone goes their own different ways, but you don't have to follow everybody, you know, because like think about it, like we all come from different backgrounds, you know.
Mhm.
So working with a stubborn kid, you know, like try, and then they'll try to push away. They're not interested in all of that, but it's okay. You know, you give them some time, but you don't give up on them. You know, you keep having patience for them, because remember this, if they're using and they're young and there's drugs and they're living at home and all of that, most likely they're just trying to get away from something right now in the
Mhm.
first
Some
place.
type
Yeah.
of trauma
yeah,
that
yeah.
they're trying to
Yeah, exactly.
mask.
And most likely there's probably something that they're not saying, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, and they probably don't have any attention at home. They're feeling alone. Maybe, and then maybe it's other things, you know? Yeah, but that's the only way you find out, you know? And then after a while, like it does get lonely, it does get dark and all of that, you know? And eventually they'll see who is there, who's caring, who's trying, you know? Like, but you don't give up on them, you know? You never give up on them, but there's nothing you can do when they don't come back anymore physically. You know, there's nothing I can do about that. You know, I can't go out there and
Oh, like
literally,
come back to your
yeah.
actual program. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I'll always be there for them. I'll always give them as many chances as I can, you know, because everyone deserves chances, you know, like man, like I know how many times, I should have been written off so many times when she said, when it's not your time, it's not your time, you know, because only God knows, like when you're gonna really, really get through, you know, like,
Mhm.
so yeah, so I would patience, you know, and just let them know, like, that's fine, I'll be here and I'll continue to be here, you know, because what else we got going on, you know?
I think that's a great way
Yeah, definitely.
to end this. I think that's a great note to leave off on, because it's not even just for kids, it's for adults too.
Everybody.
Patience is one of the biggest things that we're all struggling to master.
Yeah.
You know, not even just because we want instant gratification, but sometimes we're hard on ourselves. Sometimes we expect to have a certain goal met, you know, and then that day comes and goes and you ain't met the goal. It may leave you discouraged where you don't even want to pursue it anymore. I can't tell you how many times I've written down in my journal, like, oh, I'm going to get this done by February 28th,
It still ain't
2020.
done.
Still ain't done.
Yeah, me
We
too.
in 2024. You know what I mean?
So yeah, and patience is something that like is way easier said than done, you know?
Yep.
Because patience doesn't just like, oh, okay, I have a son, you know, for example, like I can't
Oh,
just
okay.
sit there.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
I can't just sit there and just have only patience with my son, but not be able to have patience with my girl, be able to have patience, with my
Now
car
you
that's all of a
preaching.
sudden acting up.
Yep.
I got to be able to have patience with everything
Yep.
in
How
one,
you
know?
do anything is how you do everything.
Mm.
That's fast.
Yes, I love that.
Because think about this, like, like that helps me build inside, you know? Yo, like, if I can continue, no matter if a kid sits there and he's screaming all of that, I'm like, all right, cool. I do everything I can the best. I move on.
I love
and I'm
that
able
perspective.
To be,
I've
you know,
never
I'm able
thought
to be
about
at
it like
peace.
that,
Yeah.
but
How
yeah.
you do anything is how you do everything. Yeah,
Well,
because
even
you,
that, because there's some people where I talk to them a certain way. I treat him almost like even my dog, right?
Yeah.
Treat that little nigga like he's my baby.
Mhm.
But then like when my mom gets on my nerves, it's like, what the fuck?
Ah,
Versus
yeah.
like, well, I didn't say that when my fucking dog pissed and shitted everywhere.
Right, you was patient with your dog,
So why can't I be patient
patient with
with
your mama.
Cinco or Darby? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So that's a good perspective because I don't have any kids. So,
Okay.
but again, I still know how to treat a
Nurture
kid.
and
Yeah,
love
so I'm
people,
like,
of
damn,
course.
if I do it with the kid, why the fuck I can't do it with this annoying ass, crybaby ass, grown ass man I'm dealing with?
Yo,
right
it's
now?
like this. Yo, when someone, for example, goes on a date the first time, yo, he the nice person. He got the best patience. He got everything right. Yo, but if oh boy, like in 2 months, all of a sudden, yo, he ain't got no patience, ain't this. Okay, well then obviously that's not natural. You know, that was something he had to like put together.
on.
You
It
know,
was a front.
yeah, that's how like you can tell with people. You know, with over time, if it's consistency. You know, like
Yeah.
like do you mind patience? You know, or is it something that bugs you, or is it just something that like no, you don't let others get into your circle? You know, like
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Well,
What's
man.
next for the rest of the year? I know we in March. What you got going on for the rest of the
Whew.
year? How are you going to be able to introduce? Because I know what you do is very conscious, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be very challenging for the kids to like tap in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what are some of your goals for the rest of the year? So
Go
the
more
world knows?
platforms, go more interviews.
Yep.
Go get with. I got a couple of music video photographers I'm gonna be getting with real soon.
Nice.
Yo, that just have good platforms for me, and like just one step at a time. Yo,
Yes.
like let me do what I can over before I get overwhelmed and try to do everything.
Everything.
You know,
Mm.
yo,
Yes.
yeah, because
Love
like
that.
I know what's realistic. Like
Yeah,
don't get me
facts.
wrong. Yo, like bro, I've been waiting for my foods community interview forever.
Yeah.
But I had to wait, and it just passed. And it took time. And like now everything else falls into order.
Nice.
All other things that you want or you're like working on or focused on, they'll get there. But then after that, it's like getting right back to it. Yeah. So interviews, podcasts, more of them. Some music videos. And then hopefully before the end of the year, like start working on some more music. Just.
You have a nonprofit? Do you do events or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be coming down to the event on the 12th in April.
Okay.
Oh my God, the new West Coast, like
Okay.
yeah, the one in Riverside.
Okay, I know.
Yeah. So I'm
okay.
gonna be doing a show in there, but yeah, hopefully,
Yeah, I
hopefully get some
definitely
more.
gonna get your information outside of music because I'm a DJ. I do the podcast, but again, I'm still a community advocate. I have a nonprofit
course.
and stuff like that. And outside of your music, I love the story. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I
Yeah.
would love to like bring you along to the Dino. I'm from San
That'd be
Bernardino.
cool.
I advocate for the IE, and I like to go to these ghetto areas, these places where they are
Yeah.
Going
challenged
through
kids
these
and challenged
things.
families and things that people are actually really
For
going
sure.
through it. You know what
For
I'm saying? Who
sure.
could really feel what you're talking
Hell
about
yeah.
and understand it. And I think that would be dope that to have you around and
Yeah,
talk to these
bro.
kids.
Hell
And so
yeah.
I'll definitely link up with you and get your contact.
Yeah,
and
always down,
put
man.
something together.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? If the
because-
music is good, then we'll rock with the music. But for me right
Even-
now,
Of course.
the forefront
You're
is,
like-
is the message.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Because like if you could change one life, trust me, you're already doing a change right there. Like
Yep.
that's what you just keep going on. I'm always down, bro. Like
Yep.
trust me, like
Yeah.
man, I always want to go down to Skid Row and just go
Yeah.
keep being out
Yeah,
there, just give us some
I try to
water,
feed
do
the
what we
homeless. I try to
can.
get backpacks. I mean, Darby, you've been out there with us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, we try to do a
Yeah.
lot. So I think, but that story,
Appreciate it.
the drugs, being young in school, like I think that's
Yeah.
something that a lot of us need to home in on because for the
Facts.
most part we don't focus on it. It's dope to rap about it and make blogs about drugs and what it's doing and getting cracking
Right.
and popping perks before you go to the club. And
Yeah.
But what's going on
realistically-
behind the scenes?
realistically,
Realistically.
that
Yeah.
party's gonna end.
Yep, it does.
And what's
It
your
really
plan when
does.
that party ends?
Yep.
I mean, so I think that's dope. I'm so glad we was able to have you on the platform.
Hell
Me
yeah.
too.
And I'm really glad that we were able to get this message
Out there.
because
Yeah.
like I said, we were so focused on the music and you was really trying to get the message out. And I love that you didn't go away from it and was like, oh, well, let me just tell these motherfuckers about this
You know
music.
why? Because the music won't make sense unless you know the message, though. That's the thing.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's like
Okay.
it's
Love
deep.
that.
Like
It is.
and if you know the message, you'll know that my music, I put a lot of work into it to make it like my art. Like
Yep.
no, totally, because it's like everything I just told y'all, literally. Like
Yes, yeah. And when I'm sure me, my co-host, anybody who's watched this and then listen to
Yeah.
music, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Versus again, if we would listen to it first, we might have been like, "What the fuck
Yeah.
is this?"
I don't know. You might still
who
like
knows,
it.
right?
Watch.
Right? It'd have been one of those hit or miss. But now that I know the
Yeah.
story, I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
good. This is I
Yeah,
like
appreciate
and I'm
it.
glad we was able to, we talk our shit on here and goof around, but I'm
That's
glad
right.
we were able to share like a more serious message
Yeah.
because
Yep.
we all have that side to us. We
Yeah.
have the
Yeah,
serious
facts.
side, we have the
Facts.
professional side, we have the nurturing side. We got the funny side. Muda's a stand-up comedian and whatnot. So
So
we got all. No,
feel that
I'm
for real.
playing.
shit, you're playing.
Nah, I'm just joking.
I should.
So yeah, I'm glad we did
Hell
have the
yeah,
opportunity
y'all.
to share, a
appreciate
really
you
important,
guys.
special message.
Yeah. I'm
We
looking
love
forward to the
kids.
shit the things you're gonna do, man. Like I said, I'm really for the community kids. If you go on my Instagram, you're gonna see podcast DJ shit
And
kids.
kids.
Hell yeah.
That's it. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
I'm doing an event with kids tomorrow. You feel me? So I think that's beautiful. Not tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday?
Thursday.
Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah. So but anyway, I
Tomorrow,
love-
Baby Friday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I love what you're doing, bro, and I hope that you could continue to do it and on a bigger platform.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Same.
saying?
Appreciate it.
I think that this story, this message needs to be felt. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be told. You're telling it, but it needs to be felt.
Yeah.
And for it to be felt, it needs to be on the platform. It
Shared
needs to
that-
be
For real.
right. You hear
That
me?
complements it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, bro. And I'm
Appreciate
glad
it.
we were able to sit down. I'm glad I was patient to continue to listen because I was like, damn, when is this nigga gonna start talking about his music? But then I'm just being honest, right? But
Yeah.
I started listening. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, this is
nah,
good.
This is real.
This
Thank
is
you. I
real.
This is
appreciate
dope.
it.
You feel me?
Yeah, I'm glad to be able to bring something different though too. No, that's really good. Like, trust me, man, I'll be down to come back again. So
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Well,
have some
thank
more
you for
content stuff.
joining us.
And then also, if there's anytime you're doing anything where you're going out doing stuff, you can reach out to Darbs, reach out to me.
No.
We can come out there and
Do
help
like
as
a
well. Like I said, I have a
in-person-
nonprofit. I
oh,
can
for sure.
bring what I can, and then I'll bring my man work,
Yeah.
and then my team of people, or just us, and we can come out there with the camera and
Hell
do what we
yeah.
got to do. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because
You
I'm
gotta tell me
definitely for
twice.
that. Yeah, I'm
For
definitely
sure.
for that 100% outside of the
Appreciate
music.
that.
That's like my passion too. So
Appreciate that, man.
definitely it was a pleasure
Man.
meeting you for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for tapping in with the Ox Connect. We
Hello.
hope you enjoyed this very special, heartfelt message from
Yeah.
Ox Connect podcast.
Yeah.
And we just want to share a message with everybody that gotta be patient. We're all on a different journey. We're all on a different pathway. And one way or another, we gonna get to the light at the end of the tunnel. Some people's obstacles are gonna be a little different than others, but
Definitely.
we enjoy being able to share different aspects of life. And thanks y'all for tapping in with the Ox Connect podcast, the
Love
hottest
is
podcast
love.
on the IE, period, point blank.
Love
Make
is
sure you-
love.
All
Make sure
right.
you comment, like, and subscribe, and we out of here.
Hello.
Thank you, y'all. I appreciate
that
you
was
guys,
good.
y'all.
Beautiful.
Thank you.